Guys, oh my god, the quality on this video. I hope it looks good, and I'm sorry I'm looking up. I know I am. I'm gonna have to get used to this new camera. I hope the lighting is okay. Oh my god, I feel like such a professional. This is so fun.
Come out, Virginia, what you waiting for? What you waiting for? What you waiting for? Got your ball gown on and you lock the door, and you lock the door, and you lock the door.
Hello everyone, my name is Andrea. If you don't know me, you should go ahead and stick around for a while, subscribe, like the video, comment, all of that. But today I'm going to be doing my February wrap up and share with you guys all the books I read in February. It's so weird to be able to look at my phone while I'm filming, because I'm usually filming on my phone, so this is just all very weird to me. But I ended up reading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books in February. That's not as good as I wanted to. I wanted to hit 10 because in January I read 11, but it's okay. I mean, it's whatever, it doesn't really matter. So I read 8 books and I DNF'd 2 books. So I'll tell you guys what I DNF'd at the end. But the first book that I ended up reading in February was Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. I had already read Lady Midnight, which is the first book in this series, in January. So of course I had to continue and read Lord of Shadows. But I love Lord of Shadows, 5 stars. This one is so sad at the end. The ending is probably one of the worst, saddest Cassie Clare endings, in her entire Shadowhunters world. But I do love this book. I love me some Emma and Julian, so you know the vibes, you know the Shadowhunter vibes. So I reread this on audio. Alright, I'm just gonna warn you, the first couple books are all Shadowhunter books. I'm sorry. Please stick around. I did read some other things. But yeah, I read Queen of Air and Darkness as well. 5 stars. Great book. Read it on audio as well. I kind of listen to it when I'm at work, so yeah. There is a theme here. So then I reread Chain of Gold. I don't know why, but I was just really wanting to reread Chain of Iron. So I was like, I have to read all the rest and then work my way to Chain of Iron. I don't know why I didn't just go straight into Chain of Iron, but my brain doesn't work like that. So I also reread Chain of Gold. And then of course, I got the Chain of Iron. So those are the Shadowhunter books. That's all the Shadowhunter books. I promise we'll get them out of the way. They're all 5 stars. If I love a book enough to reread it, it's usually a 5 star. So that's my thought process on that. So 5 stars absolutely for Chain of Iron as well. Then, okay, wait, February is literally the month of rereads for me. I think more than half of these books were just rereads, oops, but what can I say? I like what I like, and I know what I like. But I also reread Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Look at this cover, guys, look. This is the Nerdy Inks, special hardcover special dust jackets for the hardcover books. I think they're so cool. This one says break the chains. At the top here it says man cannot be freed by the same injustice that enslaved it. I love that quote. I think it's such a good quote as well. There's just so many little details on this cover. Right here it says I would have lived in peace but my enemies brought me war. It also has the Reaper song engraved right here on this cover. I don't know if you can see that, but I don't know. I just love these dust jackets so much. Y'all know I love Red Rising. If you haven't read it, you know what I'm gonna say. Go read it right now. But yeah, so Red Rising is a science fiction adult fantasy about a boy named Darrow who lives under Mars because the human population of Earth have colonized Mars, and so he believes that he is on Mars and toiling under the Earth to prepare it for the rest of civilization to come to Mars. And he gets a rude awakening when he realizes that maybe that is not what's going on and that people already are living on Mars above the surface, and he's basically just the bottom level of human society. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on. It's a great science fiction. I love it so much. You have to read it. You have to read it. If you're seeing this, you have to read it. Okay, so I also read Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover, which is just so random, I feel from my just 5 fantasies right there. But I would say Maybe Someday is a new adult book. It is a contemporary romance, I guess, all about a 22-year-old named Sydney. So basically what happens is Sydney finds out that her best friend and her boyfriend have been together behind her back, and she ends up needing like somewhere to go, and she somehow ends up at her neighbor's house. He lets her stay over for a while, and they develop an attraction, but there are a lot of reasons why they shouldn't. Many reasons. So yeah, and I found this book to be entertaining, to say the least. Like, it was entertaining. Like, Colleen Hoover is very entertaining. This is my second Coho book that I've ever read. I only read It Ends With Us, and then I wanted to try something else, so I was like, okay, let me try Maybe Someday. And I did enjoy it. I gave it 3.5 stars. It wasn't quite a 4, just because I feel like with her books, you just have to like go along with it. It's not stuff that would actually happen. It's not situations that you would ever find yourself in. It's not what people would really do. But if you can ignore that and just like take it for like a fun romance or a fun contemporary, it's fun. It's entertaining. What can I say? I'm a simple gal. I did like the angst. So 3.5 stars, Maybe Someday. I would recommend it if you like Colleen Hoover, if you like contemporary, if you like fiction, romance, and all that stuff. You might like this one. Though if you have a problem with like cheating, you might not. You might not like it. But I mean, I don't like cheating. I don't condone cheating. It wasn't like explicit cheating, but like I feel like it was kind of odd, to say the least. But yeah, so that's Maybe Someday. So then a book that came out in February, I believe on the 15th, was Crescent City 2, House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. I'm gonna do a review on this book. I've already done a vlog on it. You can check that out already. But I did love House of Sky and Breath. I gave it 5 stars. Honestly, at the beginning of the book, well, first off, the very beginning, the prologue is like a new character that we've never heard of. And she pulled a Leigh Bardugo there. Like, Leigh Bardugo with Juiced, Sarah J. Maas with her character Sophie. But at least Sophie actually had to do with the plot. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Why did I just like choke? Like, I just like choked for a second. Anyway, so I did like House of Sky and Breath, but at the beginning I was like, okay, I don't care about this character's point of view. I was like, come on, where's Bryson Hunt? Let's get to like the good stuff. And I felt like there was a lot of filler. Like, this book is huge. It's actually the same size of the first book, but it just looks bigger because the pages, they use different pages. Anyway, you don't care. I just thought that was like a funny fact, but it is bigger. But as you can see, I didn't have tabs, so I started like, can I focus this? Will it not focus? Is it focus? Can you? I don't know. But as you can see, I didn't start tabbing until like, I guess after like 2/3 of the book, because the beginning I was not in it. I was not feeling it. I was like, this is gonna be a 3-star. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm gonna read all of this and it's gonna be a 3-star? Sarah J. Maas. Like, I wait all year for a new SJM book and it's gonna be a 3-star? I was gonna be mad. I was gonna want a refund. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so it was like at a 3-star, and then I was like, okay, maybe a 4, and then I went back to a 3, and then I was like a 4, and then the ending, if you haven't heard, is crazy and wild and great. I really did enjoy it. So I was like, okay, I ended up getting 5 stars. So I don't know. That was like a long process to just say that I gave it 5 stars. But I did have issues with it. It is probably my least favorite Sarah J. Maas book ever, but then the ending made up for it, and I do love Bryson Hunt even more now. And it was, of course, worth my time, so I did like it overall. Okay, so the last book that I read before I show you guys the books I DNF'd was Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. This book is all about Chloe Brown, who is a very, like, I don't know, I just would describe her as preppy. Like, she has money and she has like her own apartment with like nice things. I don't know, I feel like she's just preppy, but she doesn't want to just be like a boring person. She also wants to do some fun things, some bad things, some rebellious things. So she gets the help of her landlord, is basically what he is, named Redford Morgan. And he helps her, like, I guess, come out of her shell and do some stuff. That's like what the book is supposed to be about. And also, Chloe has a chronic illness, like, that affects her life daily. I thought that rep was cool. I know people have like mentioned it, but I forgot that that rep was in there, so I thought that was pretty cool to include in a book. But this book didn't overall like give me what I wanted. Yes, Red helped her do more out there things, but that wasn't even like the main part of the book. It was mostly just like them two's like inner dialogue of like how attracted they were to each other. We heard more that they were attracted to each other in their heads than we did see it, and see like what they did, like little actions that showed it. I feel like, if that makes any sense, like we were hearing it like, oh, I'm so attracted to them, oh, I'm so attracted to her, but then we didn't like see why. Like they saw each other once and they were like, oh my god, I'm in love, oh my god, that's it, that's the one. And so for that reason I gave it 3 stars. It is a good book, and if you like romance and stuff, maybe you would like it more, and maybe I just like am not the big romance person that I think I am, so maybe that's why. I also listened to it on audio, maybe that's why. I didn't like the audio reader. She was like British, and I mean, maybe this book does take place in like the UK or something, but it threw me out. I was like, why is this like narrator British? I don't know, I didn't like it. And then she was also, they didn't have a guy reader for Red's point of view, so then it was like this British lady speaking for Red, saying like how much he like liked Chloe's like body, and I don't know, it's kind of weird to me. Not that she not that the woman couldn't say that, but the reader, but that she was like trying to sound like Red and like trying to sound like a guy. Yeah, you get it. I don't know, it just, I didn't like the audiobook. I think that's what it was more. I was annoyed by her voice like the entire time, but I gave it 3 stars. Yeah, I don't know if I'll continue reading the next ones with the other sisters. I might, but let me know if they're actually really good. Oh, okay, so the author is British. Is the author the narrator? No, the author is not the narrator. I was gonna be so like embarrassed. That makes sense why this is read in British. Okay, I feel like I'm being like British accent phobic right now. I apologize for that. You know what? I'm just gonna give it 5 stars. It's on me. You know what? Any problems with this book is just me. My bad. But that's Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Okay, let's just move on. Alright, the 2 books that I DNF'd. We're moving on. The Iron King by Julie Kagawa. I was so mad. I was so hyped to read this freaking book. You don't even understand. I've been wanting to read this for so long. I have all 3 in this series. I've been hyping this book up in my brain for so long, but it's just not good. It's just not that good. It's about this girl named Megan Chase. Basically, she discovers that her father is like a fae king, so she's like a fae princess. And she gets like taken to Fairy for like reasons, like she needs to go to Fairy, but it's just like the plot wasn't moving along. I was just bored. And I don't know, maybe if this was something that I read when this came out, which was like the early 2010s, maybe I would have liked it more, because I would have never read anything about fairies. But now I've read about fairies, and this is like different kind of fairies. Like this is fairy, and everything that she's mentioning I can tell is like what new authors have based off of. Like, I don't know, she talks about a lot of the same fairy tropes, which is cool, and I did like that. That was actually my favorite part of the book, when we actually got to Fairy and we were seeing the fae aspect. But the main character was just like taking it out for me. She was a classic like Mary Sue YA character, and I love young adult, don't get me wrong, I'm not trashing YA. I literally read YA all the time, but Megan Chase, she was just like, oh my god, my best friend is, oh, he's actually not this, he's this, oh, okay, oh, I have to go to, okay, I'll go to Fairy, oh, there's a goblin living in my brother's closet, okay, like, who would not think twice about these things? Like, why is she just accepting all this? It didn't do what I thought it was gonna do. So I'm not gonna be continuing. This is a hard DNF. A hard DNF. No. Okay, the other book I DNF'd, which is kind of funny to me, is Crescent City 1, House of Earth and Blood. I've already read it. I tried to reread. I got like 150 pages in, and I was like, this isn't happening. This is not for me. You're done. I'm not gonna sit through this whole book just to be ready for House of Sky and Breath. I was like, if I don't understand anything, I'm just not gonna know. I wasn't gonna sit through this whole thing again. And now I'm kind of like, maybe I didn't like it as much as I thought I did, because I couldn't reread this. I couldn't get through it. I was like, no. So DNF. But, you know, obviously I like the series. I started tabbing, and then I wasn't gonna finish the book, so I went to the last page and tabbed like one tiny thing. You can't even see it, but yeah. So that's my DNFs. That's pretty much it. I'm like, that's all I read. Okay, so bye. No, I'm just kidding. But that's it. That's all the books I read. Let me know down below what your favorite book of February was. Mine was probably House of Sky and Breath because it was probably one of the only 3 new books that I read. And it was obviously my highest rated out of those new books, not my rereads. So House of Sky and Breath was great. Let me know what your favorite read of February was. And that's going to be it. So if you want to check out any of my social media, you can down below. My Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. If you want to help support the channel, I have a Ko-fi, I have my Amazon wishlist if you want to send me a book. All that stuff is down below in the little description box. You can check it out. So that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. I really hope this video is in focus and the lighting is good. Okay, bye!